Hello, and welcome back to AJ's Tech Tips. Today we are going to be reviewing tech YouTubers setups. We are going to start out with Your Average Consumer.
Alexa, activate game room.
That is one cool idea.
Let's get started, baby. And welcome to the Gamer's Paradise, or welcome back to some of you who saw the first video.
I'm not a massive
but this is
fan
the
of all
Gamer's
the stuff he
Paradise
puts in,
2.0.
like all like his the things in the background. It's just not my type. But you do what you want to do, so express your own opinion in your setup. That's one of the best things you can do.
A lot of awesome upgrades in here, and I'm going to show you guys everything. But for those of you who aren't familiar with this Gamer's Paradise idea, I tried to have every aspect of gaming in this room, and so I'm going to show you everything that's inside of here. But first off, we are going to take a look at the console area.
That's one nice TV and a nice soundbar and everything else, but I don't agree on how you're setting it up on the table, and your cable management is not the best, but I can't be judging you. But there will be a cable management video coming out here in a few days. But I'm not a massive fan of everything you have on there.
This console area has a bit of everything. We've got the PlayStation 4 Pro down here, the Xbox One X Scorpio Edition, as well as a Nintendo Switch on the side.
I don't think this video is that old. So why is there PlayStation 4? You should have an you should have a 5, right? And the Xbox new one?
And a Nintendo Wii U, but you know, whatever. And of course, I'm playing it all on this 65-inch Samsung KS8500, I believe it's called. This is the same TV that I used last year. It has 4K, HDR, everything that you need to take advantage of some awesome gameplay. LG, if you're listening, we need to get a wallpaper TV up here, 77 inches maybe. But I'm gonna show you guys what's on the TV stand over here. We did change some things. Right here we have the JBL Pulse 3s. This is the upgraded version from the 2s, obviously. It has no more net.
I'm not a massive fan of everything he has going on there. I feel like there's too much.
Thing though, because all of this stuff will come crashing down. But over here, oh, well, first stop, next to it we've got the Amazon Echo Show. This is pretty much what controls a lot of the
that's
things
big.
in this room. I've also got a Google
Just too
Home
much.
that does a lot of controlling too, but I randomly speak to whichever one comes to mind first. They pretty much do all the same things nowadays, so except this one has a screen, so you can
Why have
interact with it
both?
in that way. But they're all the same pretty much. But moving on, here we have a desk setup that I put together just to have a little space for my MacBook. The MacBook isn't completely essential here. I can swap that out with my Surface Book 2.
Okay, it looks like he has like a MacBook setup as well. So he kind of probably has a PC setup, right?
This is a Hi-Nu Gundam made to go with the black and teal.
Is that a subscriber count?
This subscriber counter clock by Lumetric.
That
It
is
does a lot
so
more. You
cool.
can program it to do a ton of different things. But behind that, where did we get this? We went to Florida, right? Yeah, Millennium Mall. So we went to the M&M store. You can get M&Ms in like any color. So I decided to go with the UAC theme here. And right next to it, we've got the Microsoft Info.
I'd get mine in
This is kind of like
AJ's
the
Tech
Amazon
Tips colors.
Alexa and the Google Home. And I'm still messing around with this to see how good it is. It's in the very, very early stages. It's definitely not a full-blown competitor to the other two just yet, but it sounds awesome and it looks great. So it's got that going for it. As you can see, I have an LG 4K monitor over here. I forget the exact model number. They all have these crazy model numbers. I have it connected to my MacBook Pro with Touch Bar, all with one USB Type-C cable. I've got the Apple keyboard here with the Magic number pad as well as the Magic trackpad too. I do wish that this had a touch bar. Apple, please, if you are listening, bring the touch bar to the Magic.
Did they? I think they did.
Awesome Razer mouse pad over here.
Not quite sure though.
Rest here whenever I'm using the mouse. And right here under
Those
this
speakers are really cool.
I have a RAV Power wireless charger. This thing provides fast wireless charging, and I've also got this Anchor Power Port Plus USB hub. So this doesn't it's not a USB hub for the computer, but it charges everything up quickly. It also has USB PD, so I can charge up the iPhone 10, the 8, the 8 Plus with quick charging, and I got 4 other USB ports to charge up any other devices I want to. I've got
That's
two Audio
nice.
Engine 2s here. I think these are the 2 Plus. So
I
those
do
sound
like those
pretty decent.
speakers. Let me
It's
look into
definitely good
those.
enough for this setup. And on this Brainwaves headphone hanger,
Okay,
we've
let's
got the
get
Sony.
into the
What they
PC
changed up the name on this, it throws me off
setup.
all the time. You guys got to keep your eyes out for that setup. Now, this area might be a bit familiar to you guys. This is where I have my gaming
Triple
setup.
monitor. There is a few cables coming out of here, but I do see how that's understandable. He could have drilled holes into the desk, but he just ran through the back. I see how he's trying to keep his desk all nice and clean.
My serious hardcore machine all on this desk. This is where everything goes down. This is like the command center. Now, before we get to everything that you...
I'm not a massive fan of his mouse pad that he has over here. So I feel like your mouse pad should be bigger. Like it should run over your key under your keyboard and stuff. But like, and how he's doing his boom arm, it doesn't really have one. And then setting his headset and his thing on the table. That's not my favorite, but it works out for him, so I keep it up. But then charging your controller on the desk is not cool. It's not nice. It doesn't look good, but it maybe like set it off the side or something, and then like keeping on those whatever they're called over here. I think they're called Gundams. They're kind of blocking the third monitor, as you can see. And so is this stuff over here. So does he just use one monitor in two halves? So it's like having two monitors and everything else blocks it?
guys see up here, we gotta talk about the beast that's powering everything, and that is this custom PC by the...
Okay, it looks very clean, but like, one thing I do have to say is if you can't take off that side panel, go ahead and like clean it off or something. It's kind of dusty, man.
dudes over at Origin PC. Now, the first thing we gotta talk about is the look. This thing matches the UAC color scheme perfectly. We got the black.
It does match his color scheme.
Inside. And look down here, guys. That right there, that is my logo, the UAC logo. So this thing is custom painted onto the side of the machine, so it looks great. But this thing is a powerful machine, guys. It's got some awesome specs.
It's water cooled. I don't understand water cooling, but one day I will. So look forward to those.
i9 processor with 18 cores, which is just mind-blowing to me to have that many cores and power.
18 cores? That's quite a lot. I don't have 18 cores.
4 gigs of RAM, also crazy. And we're running with an NVIDIA Titan XP graphics card.
And
So
that
not only
I
is
don't
that
I
really
don't know about that.
powerful
I've
for
never
gaming, but
I've
you
never
can
heard of
also
it,
use...
but I've just not into the graphics card world. I'm as you guys know, I have a 3070 Founders Edition, but I'm sure it's really good for him running this in his system.
to do some real video editing, rendering, tons of stuff. So this is a workstation as well. And the CPU is water cooled, and you see it's got that teal coolant, so it just matches the whole look.
I have mine like the liquid cooling system, but like the one that is already done, it's easy, simple, but it's pretty cool looking.
Look and vibe. I just think this thing is awesome.
Well, I do have to say something. Man, what is that? I'm working on mine. You can work on yours. Like, just get some rays or something and attach it up here just a little bit more. I see that you have an up desk, but just like attach it a little bit more up, and then it wouldn't be that noticeable. Or get like one cable run to it, but.
We've also got the LEDs on the sides, of course. But all of that power is housed in Origin PC's Millennium case. If you guys are interested in their Millennium cases, as well as all of their other PCs, I'll have them linked down below in the description.
Now that's basically all of his PC and setup. Let's switch over to the next tech YouTuber. So the next tech YouTuber I've gone with is a RandomFrankP. So let's just jump straight into his setup.
11-inch monitor. So what we're gonna do is, keep it.
This is kind of like his camera setup. It's pretty cool.
And just to do like a mini tour real quick, we'll go talk about the secondary setup behind the scenes.
That's pretty
talk
nice.
About some of the keyboard stuff that you guys I know have been looking forward to. Then we have the main desk setup over here, and then the entertainment center and stuff on the other side of the office, which has a brand new 82-inch 8K TV. So yeah, we'll just kind of bring it.
Cool. Let's jump straight into his main setup.
The perfect piece for my main gaming setup that I've been rocking consistently since whatever I moved in here.
Nice microphone.
Same sort of monitor setup.
Pretty basic case.
All three of these are different. Completely upgraded PC and specs. And then next to the setup, again, this also changed.
That is
Now
really
I
cool.
have a keyboard sort of display.
He's like a
Keep
keyboard
some
guy, you
custom
feel like,
keyboards
you know?
on display. So I think it's definitely a nice piece just to have right off to the side.
The 3-monitor setup does look nice, and everything does
checking
look
it out,
cool.
like I said, I've had this monitor orientation for a while, and just to sort of like clear the air now, I say it every year, but people don't understand. I don't sit directly in front of all three at once and stare at a bezel. The right monitor is my primary monitor that I sit right.
That's a
above.
good idea.
This is my main monitor. Everything else is for monitoring different, like vector scopes and stuff.
Yeah.
Color correcting, bins and stuff. Overhead for whatever, Spotify, Twitter. I don't use usually all three at once, and again, just for gaming, I use my primary right monitor. So yeah, just to kind of clear that, because I know I'm going to see it. No, the bezel is not what I stare in front of 24/7. And the bottom two monitors are the upgraded 34-inch Ultra Gear monitors from LG. It's the, I want to say the 850 model, so natively it supports G-Sync instead of in the past it was just FreeSync. So those are the bottom two. You may have seen in my one vlog that the monitor caught fire and the other one died, so it was time to upgrade.
How does that happen?
So those are what I have for the bottom two.
The speakers are really cool, but I think Judd had a pretty cooler speakers, but they were like more smaller and simplistic, but that was pretty cool.
One is no longer the 34-inch Samsung, it's now a 34-inch AOC, also 144 hertz. And my plan with this was to have a 38-inch from Dell, the Alienware model, but that arrived completely broken and shattered. So unfortunately, you have to wait for that upgrade. But yeah, still 32 or 34 inches for that, completing the trifecta there. And into some of the peripherals and some of the gear and stuff. These speakers that I have mounted on each side are not actually for when I'm sitting down. I know they're not, you know, when I'm sitting down, you want them right at your ears. They are more up, so when I'm filming around the studio and stuff, I could, you know, have music blasting to me and just fill the studio with music.
Pretty good
so
idea.
Use them for actual, you know, reference and stuff. And
It's a good thing to clarify because I wouldn't have thought that he did that.
These are the Kanto YU.
I like how he has 2 Alex chores and like a little bit of an uplift on them, and then he has his nice desktop.
Seamless mount and appearance here. But yes, for the main
Oh my
peripherals,
gosh, what
also
was that?
Significantly seamless. The Kanto YU4 or 5.
Wait,
again,
wait,
mounted as well.
wait.
Nice, clean, you know, seamless mount and appearance here.
What the heck? Oh my gosh.
But yes, for the main peripherals, this also changed
That cable management,
over
man.
last year.
What are you
The main keyboard
doing?
now is a SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL, so it has their really quick Omni-type switches. Also
Just learn more about his PC.
Midnight Green modifier keycaps on there, and a nice novelty key to fit it into the Midnight Green kind of theme I have going on with the setup overall. So, esque setup and peripherals. Then we can move over and talk about the new hardware that I have inside my PC. Which is
It's very clean though.
I believe I
It
can
does
do
look very
that.
nice.
So it's the same case, the Fantex Evolve X.
The case does open
Inside,
very nicely.
All new hardware. With the Intel i9 10900K CPU, got one of the new NZXT Kraken Z AIOs, and on the front of the cooler is actually a display, so I can monitor temps, show things like GIFs and stuff if I want up there. So it's cool to have that built into the actual AIO itself. Got a Vision motherboard from Gigabyte, so
It's all nice. It all looks good, clean, very nice setup. Very good way to do it. Very clean setup with all white base, you could tell.
Matches the motherboard perfectly. All white, and I think it just looks really nice.
4 RAM sticks.
Completed build. Also have like an RGB 24-pin motherboard connector there to give it some extra glow inside.
I don't know. Too much glow is too much glow.
RGB fans you see, they are fan frames. So they go on top of the fan, and you can sync
That's
them
a pretty
all
cool
with the
idea.
actual motherboard and the case itself, since it is all Fantex. The button right here in the front, if I want to, customize the lighting, switch it all up, all that syncs.
That's really
And,
cool,
it looks
man.
pretty cool just to have that, universal syncing and stuff going on with the case itself, and then everything inside.
I like the
all
Pokemon in it too.
But a
Good
powerful
added
build,
touch.
a nice and clean looking build, and
With
a
like
little
the
Gengar there
whitish
on the
purple
side.
setup.
But yeah, that's the main upgrade.
Well, as you guys saw there was those two setups and his cable, man. Well, it's better back there. As long as you can't see it, I mean, you can see definitely under there. That's why he didn't show us. So, thank you guys for watching. It's been AJ's Tech Tips, and hopefully we'll have another one upcoming soon. And subscribe, like the video, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.